Hi guys, how we doing? I don't have an external mic today. I'm just doing it off the cuff like this, and I'm in the park taking a walk, as I do every day. It's very, very hot. I've come a little bit earlier because Sunday the parks get really, really busy when it starts to cool down a little bit. You know, after 5 o'clock, all the Thais come out. Obviously, being a Sunday, it gets extra busy. So I've come out. It's 4 o'clock. There's a lot of people still about, but not as many as there will be in about an hour. So what's today's video about? I've called the video "Foreigners Behaving Badly in Thailand," and the reason for that is I've been trying to analyse all these stories that are coming up on social media, on the Thailand news channels, online, and there's so many incidents where foreigners are behaving badly, and quite frankly I think the Thais are getting fed up of it. I don't know if that's got anything to do with them planning to reduce the 60-day you know, they'll let you in for 60 days on it's not a visa but a tourist pass, as it were, and I'm just trying to find the quiet spots where there aren't too many people. So they're reducing that from 60 days to 30 days, and I don't know if it's got something to do, maybe they're just getting fed up of foreigners behaving badly. And I was thinking about it, and I was thinking, why is this happening? You know, it never used to be like this. I mean, I'll tell you a few of the incidents I've read recently. You might have heard about them on other news channels. Well, I say other news channels, I'm not a news channel. There was a guy recently, I believe he was Australian, he's about 53 years old, and he was graffiti down in Pattaya. He was using a pen, a permanent marker, and he was doing a lot of graffiti. Well, of course they found him, the police found him, and they arrested him, and they're going to charge him. He was in the police station almost begging for forgiveness, but they'll charge him. So there's him. There was another guy recently who he stole a charity box from, guess where, right outside Pattaya police station. You know the main found a place to sit. That's better. So you know the main police station on Beach Road in Pattaya, they had a charity box there, and what's worse, this charity box was collecting for an orphanage or orphanages, and this foreign guy came along and he actually stole the charity box. I mean, how stupid can you get? He was obviously caught and arrested, and there's just so many more incidents I've read about, and I've seen multiple fights on Walking Street, people walking out without paying but all foreigners, of course, and I'm talking mainly Western foreigners, although there's been a few Indians arrested recently for some more serious crimes, which I don't want to talk about being YouTube, but they're of a sexual nature, you know. 2 of them have been recently charged in Phuket. There was an incident with a young German woman, I should say, about 24. So that's another. So let's go for another walk. That's another incident, and yeah, there's just lots of things happening. People. One of the big ones is people get into fights with bouncers, you know, the doormen and stuff. And people look at these videos and they read these stories and think, oh, the doormen are real bullies, they're beating everybody up, and sometimes they can be a bit heavy-handed. But the thing is, these guys antagonize them. It takes a lot to wind a Thai up, you know. They're very passive, they don't get angry really easy. They're either smiling, nice and passive and friendly, or they'll beat the shit out of you. Normally it's mob-handed, it's not one-on-one, they don't fight one-on-one. You know, people jumping out of taxis without paying, just so many things. And I was trying to analyse it. I thought, why is this happening? Why are people behaving badly? Because, you know, I've been coming to Thailand for a long time, and as I said, foreigners used to behave much more better than they do now, and I think it's a different kind of demographic with foreigners. I honestly think now I'm part of the problem, because I've got a YouTube channel and I'm showing everybody how good it is out here. Before the internet and YouTube, I can remember way back in the day, most of the visitors out here in Thailand, they were either expats who worked here, they were retired, they were businessmen. You know, you didn't get gangs of young guys. I've got nothing against young guys. I was one once, about 100 years ago. There's no harm in them coming out and enjoying Thailand for all the good things it's got to enjoy. But I just don't see the reason to come here and make trouble. Getting drunk isn't an excuse. It just isn't. I mean, I'm not one for preaching, but I get embarrassed by it sometimes. You know, when I see, if I'm in a bar and some foreigner starts shouting his head off and starts arguing with a Thai, I literally feel embarrassed. A lot of the time as well, people bring it on themselves. There's a lot of people being, they get stopped on their motorbikes or scooters and they've been drinking, and they have to go to court because they're over the limit, and it's against the law in Thailand, quite rightly, like it is everywhere else. But these guys come here and think, I'm in Thailand, I can do what I want. Now, yeah, 25, 30 years ago when it was the Wild West out here, nobody gave a shit, they really didn't, you know. I used to drink and drive. I remember driving down to Pattaya in a car after drinking half a bottle of whiskey and 3 cans of lager. I wouldn't do it now. And this is the problem, you know, people think the rules, it is easier going here, you know, the Thais are very flexible and, you know, they're quite forgiving, they turn away at some bad things that are done. But there is a law here and you have to, you know, you have to obey the law. I remember another incident, this is a couple of years ago, with a French woman. Now she was vaping. If you don't know, vaping in Thailand is illegal. It's a 20,000 baht fine or 2 years in prison. That's what actually made me give up vaping. I thought, I'm not going to prison for vaping, not a Thai jail. Anyway, and you know, sometimes how you handle yourself can predict how the outcome of something will be. And this woman was vaping and she was approached by the police and they told her, look, vaping is illegal in Thailand, you can't vape. And she started arguing with them and she started saying, that's so stupid, in France we can vape, it's, you know, in all of Europe we can vape. And they were like smiling but telling her, you can't here in Thailand. Now if she'd have dropped a few hundred baht and smiled and said sorry, they'd have let her go on her way. But she ended up getting deported because she was so rude to the cops. They got sick of her, fed up of her, and they arrested her. She went to court, and then she done something else in the police station. I can't remember the full story, but then she got deported as well. Oh, I'm out of breath. I'll tell you what it is. It's not that I'm unhealthy now. What it is, it's just so hot. It just takes it out of you. Look, you can see I've only been going about 15 minutes, but I'm gonna. I think I'm going to do a proper walk now and enjoy the day. Yeah, it's starting to cool down now. That's all I wanted to say. I think I'll finish off the video by saying, look, if you're coming to Thailand, you can have a great time here, you know, but try and behave yourself. There's only so much the Thais will put up with, and you know, you don't want to end up in hospital with a broken nose or something like that. Okay, thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll catch up with another one real soon.